CLEVERWURLD magazine is here with the amazing and profound, prolific JB. JB, appreciate you coming out today. Jason talking about the upcoming new album, the release of Black Future.
Yeah.
Right? Tell us about your journey with hip hop.
Well, I mean, I wrote my first rap when I was like 7.
Okay.
And you know, back when you were a kid writing music, it's not really like you just love doing it. You know, it's not like, oh, I'm gonna do this to make money, or this is what's popping right now, or you know what I'm saying. You just do it. You know, so I started off like that. I started going to the studio when I was about 15. You know, doing shows about 16, 17, and you know, just progressively trying to grow and.
Did you always know that you'd be a pivotal part of hip hop? Did you, at a young age, did you know like this is what I'm supposed to be doing for the rest of my life?
Nah, I didn't really. Like, I never, cause like I said, it wasn't something that I did thinking, okay, I can make money or this could be a career. It was just something that I did because I loved it, you know. And I just liked, you know, the way, you know, the way it was just making music, I guess, as I got older. But I want to say probably when I was probably like 2008, you know, whenever I first kind of started like noticing that my music was expanding, you know, outside of Oklahoma. So I was like, well, dang, if somebody's gonna fly me to LA to perform, you know, and then I'm being able to tour, and you know, like somebody's paying me to rap, then you know I should try this one time. I never even set out to be like, you know, I want to be the best, I want to be the biggest. Yeah. It's just something I love to do, you know.
Wow.
And you know, I just enjoy it, and I feel like, you know, that's where my heart, my passion is, and I feel like we should be able to make a living off of our passion.
I agree. I've read pretty much how you signed with Murs, as well as received an Emmy.
Yeah.
For your passion and creativity in hip hop. Has things changed as far as balancing fame and career?
My family stays the same.
Okay.
You know, they support me. It's so cool because I have this show coming up next week, and like I have a bunch of family driving up from Texas to come to the show. A lot of them, you know, I've never met. A lot of them, this would be their first time seeing me and things like that. So family is just, you know, just have my back, you know. It's hard to say, man. Like I don't really know. Like I have friends that are down with me, you know, right or wrong, you know.
Yeah.
I have friends that, you know, it's hard to keep in touch with, you know.
Gotcha.
But you know, it's one of those things where you just have to continue to be you and not let any of that like you know, change who you are or compromise your integrity, you know. So. You know, I don't know, man. Like my family has always been down. They're still down. You know, it sucks because a lot of my friends rap. So I think that kind of gets in the way of you know, just being friends sometimes. So sometimes it's just good to step back and be friends without music and without you know, rap, because you know I'm not able to take everybody with me. I'm not able to do this and do that all the time.
With everything going on in the country right now, You know, have had terrorist attacks, as well as the issues between the black community and the police. How important is this album?
They just had that big attack in Turkey
Exactly.
at the airport.
Exactly.
And like I was there,
Wow.
like in that airport for like 13, 14 hours, like a couple months before that happened. And I just remember being there and wanting to get out so bad because I just felt like a dark presence. Like it was crazy. Like there were just certain things that were happening that just didn't seem right to me, you know. Because I was on tour in Europe, and we had a layover in Turkey at the Istanbul airport. And so it's just crazy. I remember like writing raps there, writing part of Black Future there, you know. But you know, so there's all that, and then of course, you know, the things that are going on here, you know, with you know, the black community and, you know, our people, and you know, the brutality from the police and the murder from the police and things like that. So it definitely all ties in. But you know, as far as all those things, like I've always been about that kind of stuff. You know what I'm saying? And I've always addressed those things. I've always, you know, been somebody who, you know, really tried to put, you know, who I am and put, you know, my faith and my beliefs in my music. So I was just in Baton Rouge last week where Alton Sterling was. And I performed at an event where they were raising money for his kids and stuff, you know, and the guy, one of my good friends, is, you know, in close contact with their family, and he's putting together stuff so that, you know, his kids can have college funds and stuff like that, you know. So I mean, we're all affected by it. It doesn't, you know what I'm saying, like there's no way getting around it, because, you know, it's a part of our everyday life, because we see it, you know what I'm saying. We go through it, you know. You have that feeling when you get pulled over where you're like, man, like I just want to go home. You know what I'm saying? I just want to go home. So
I was thinking about some words that you said. We all want a bright future. We all want to see tomorrow. And then I'm thinking back when I read two articles recently, and when I look at OKC and one is Oakland Gazette, how you're falsely accused, basically, at Penn Square Mall of bringing a video camera into the mall, and you were arrested in your hoodie. But yet, in the article, another young lady, a Caucasian female, walked past you with her hoodie on, and nothing was said. Like,
what happened was, I was supposed to perform that night, and I had asked Naja to write a poem for the show. So I hadn't even heard the title Black Future. I hadn't heard the poem, anything yet. So, you know, at that moment, I was just kind of like, just going through it, like, man, this is not happening. One article said I was getting a haircut at the mall. I wasn't
Freddie was getting a haircut.
No. I needed a haircut.
Exactly.
I was going to get a haircut when we left the mall.
That's
right. I had my hood on, which I think back now, like, I'm not even like that, so I don't even know why. I was just like, I'm putting my hood on my head because I don't want nobody to see my hair. You know what I mean? But I just remember kind of feeling like, it's February, it was kind of cold outside, walking to the food court, and before I can get there, like 5, 6 security guards like, stop. You know what I'm saying? I'm thinking like, you know, what's going on, you know? And they're like, you know, you don't want to listen to what you got to say, you need to leave. I'm like, leave? I just got here. What you talking about? We told you no hoodies in this mall. And I'm like, hoodies? They're like, yeah, we saw you video camera. We saw you videotaping us. And I was like, videotape? I said, where you see a video camera at? I said, man, it's 2015. Why am I have a video camera for?
In the mall.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And so it kind of started being like this big thing where people were like, oh, dang, JB, you straight? Like, you know what I mean? Like, and so I was like, I just need to leave, yo. I can't be in the middle of the mall like this arguing with security.
Right.
So I'm walking down. They're following me. I didn't know they were following. They're following me down out the mall. Before I even got out the door, the officer's right there, which they probably already called him. He's like, oh, you don't want to leave? You're going to jail. And I'm like, yo, the door's like right there. You know what I'm saying? I'm like literally like the door's about as close as we are to this wall. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, I'm leaving. He goes, no, you ain't leaving. I'm thinking, okay. And he handcuffed me and took me to jail. So when I'm in handcuffs, that's when I saw the lady pushing the stroller. And it was like her and I guess probably her husband or something. And she had a hoodie on her head. And I go, you know, what about her right there? Like, you know what I'm saying? Go rush her like you did me. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, kind of at least like, you know, just call my mom real quick. They took my phone and my wallet. I said, let me call my mom real quick so I can let her know I'm going to jail. And she was like, nah, she'll pick you up from CIC. I'm thinking, bruh, like, I'm a grown man. I'm not going to CIC. But, yeah, man, it was bad, yo. Like, you know, and that's one reason why, like, I never even talked about it. I never said anything. I never posted it on Facebook or none of that because it was, like, the worst experience of my whole entire life. And, you know, I lived my whole life, never went to jail, never been arrested. And, you know, because I had a hoodie on in the mall, I got arrested, went to jail.
Iterate what we were talking about earlier before I turned the cameras on, we were mentioning about the electrical fire in your mother's apartment.
Yeah.
How did it feel to know that Oklahoma had your back, that support? Because often we are, like I said, we always talk about how some people say, well, there's not enough support here in Oklahoma, or it's not as lacking this. But what did it feel like as being a local artist from Oklahoma and traveling in other places and cities and countries?
I just felt like I wasn't alone, man. Wow. Like, that's the best way I can explain it. It's like I just wasn't alone, you know. People just random people I didn't know. I'm reading people's comments and, you know, names and donations. I'm like, man, I never even seen these people before in my life.
Wow.
You know, and they were just all like just reaching out to me, and I got, you know, cards, and I'm just like grieving. I'm going through, you know, sympathy cards and like all these cards. People just saying, you know, we're praying for you, and I'm trying to find them on Facebook so I can thank them and stuff like that. Like, people I never even seen or heard of before. And
did you ever feel a moment in your time while creating Black Future or afterwards, or even now during the process, that you felt that maybe if there's something happened in me, this album has to get out?
This is probably like the one album where it's taken me the longest to do, and for a bunch of reasons. And I felt like it had to get put out because I felt like there was so much fighting against it, and so much fighting against me. And so, whenever I just like the fire and you know, the issues with the release show,
right, June 18th to setback.
Yeah. So just all these different things, studios. You know, 'cause I flew to Arizona to record, and I had to fly back and record here and then go. You know what I'm saying? Like, just so many things I felt like were just fighting against it. So I'm like, man, like, this must be like what I need to do because somebody don't want this to come out. Somebody don't want this to happen. And so because of that, I was just like, I gotta do it. I have to. Like, I can't stop. 'Cause I mean, like, there were times where I felt like, okay, I'm just to the point to where I got all these songs. I can just stop here and put this out.
Right.
But then I was like, nope, it's not ready yet. It's not ready. That's why like I had a whole album on Juneteenth.
Right. It was a mixtape.
There were songs that did like a full like, you know what I'm saying, like 15 songs that I was recording for Black Future that didn't even go on Black Future. You know what I'm saying? So it was just like I just kept going until it was right, because I felt like when something is like fighting against you so hard, then, you know, I feel like it's important to, you know, not give up and fight back, because, you know, like, that's for a reason. You know, all this is for a reason. And at some point you gotta look and, okay, maybe this ain't just about me. Maybe it's about, you know, somebody else out there who needs to hear this. Even if it's just one person, it's like, you know, it'll do something for them, or it'll touch them, or make them feel how I felt when I heard a certain song or I heard a certain album. Maybe it's just that one person. So if it's not about me, I gotta keep going.
Where can we find your album, first of all? Because I know you've started the pre-order already on iTunes, I believe.
Yeah, pre-orders on iTunes. You can pre-order it. I have vinyl that's coming out.
Okay.
It's gonna be like a white vinyl. You pre-order that on blackfuturealbum.com.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you again. Congratulations, JB, man. Brother. Appreciate it, and it's been a clever world.